This is a video I decided to make to show the process I'm using to convert standard Alox coated cast lead bullets over to being coated with powder paint. I've got coffee cans full of these things, various calibers. These are 230 grain, 45 caliber round nose bullets. They're designed mostly for use in semi-automatic pistols. I'll take a close-up of 3 of them here to show you what they look like coated with this liquid Alox. When I cast these bullets a couple years ago, I coated them with this liquid Alox. It's a sticky coating that lubricates the bullets as you shoot them, and it smokes quite a bit. And also you can get leading in your barrel. So I've discovered that by coating them with powder paint, that gets rid of the smoke. You don't have to touch the lead anymore, and it eliminates leading in your barrel. So it's an all-around winning proposition. The next thing I do is I take the bullets and I put them in a coffee can like this, metal coffee can, and cover them up with some naphtha, which is a solvent, and then just put the lid on. Shake them around like that for 3 or 4 minutes, and then dump out the naphtha. So after using the solvent, then I take a paper towel and do my best to clean out. There'll be a little bit of the Alox still in these little micro grooves, but that's hard to get out. So I just try and wipe it out as best as I can. Here's what the cloth looks like after doing 50 of them. And I'll take a close-up. They're pretty clean. They're not 100% clean, but they're clean enough to coat them. The next step is to preheat the bullets to about 150 degrees. They take the bullets, put them in a wire mesh tray. I fashioned this one out of a gutter screen, gutter cover that I didn't use. So you just put them in there, put the toaster oven on 150. I set the timer for 6 or 7 minutes. Okay, now that the bullets are preheated, I've already taken them out of the oven and dumped them in this coffee can. The next thing you want to do is you need to put a certain quantity of this powder coat paint in there. You don't need a whole lot of it, and there's some in the can already. That's probably too much, actually. That's what it looks like now. Put the top on it. You might want to do this outside, but I'm going to do it in here for the camera. Some people tumble these for long periods of time, but I found if you preheat the bullets, it's not necessary. Okay, they're coated pretty good. Okay, now this next step is a little bit tricky. I've got these powder coated bullets now, and the next step is to dump them out into this wire tray. Now this right now the powder is just barely sticking to the bullets, so when you dump these out, you want to slowly dump them out one layer thick with a minimum of disruption. With 50 bullets, I just go down in 2 rows like this. Okay, so there they are. Now the next step is to go ahead and put them in the oven. Now I've got the oven preheating to 400. So what I'm going to do is put on these gloves. Now when I pick this up, I'm going to shake it just a little bit, but not too much, because if you roll the bullets around a lot, you're going to start knocking the powder coat off the bullets. So I'm going to open up the door here to the oven. I'm going to pick this up, and I'm just going to shake it a little bit so that most of the powder drops out. Put it here in the oven, close the door, and I've got it set to about 375, and I'm going to put it on 25 minutes. Okay, in this next step, I just took the bullets out of the oven. They've been in there for about 25 minutes at 375 degrees, so they're smoking hot. Now the paint is cured, but it's still a little bit soft. But I find it's easier to take them off now, because see, they try to stick to the wire mesh, and once they cool down completely, they can get stuck fairly hard to the wire mesh. So I just prefer to take them like this and pick them out of here and put them up on the base like that and let them cool down. Now that the bullets are cooled down, here's what they look like. I'll get a picture of them when I'm done. But these are miking out now with a pair of dial calipers. They're miking out at about 0.454 to 0.455. I want them down around 0.452. So the next step in the process is to run them through this sizing die. This is made by Lee, and you just put a bullet on there. There's 2 parts to the die. There's the plunger ramrod part, and then there's the actual sizing die here. You just set them on the plunger, and you run them up through the die, and that red plastic container catches them. And this will size them back down to 0.452 inches. Now some of them, when I run it through there, it's hardly any force at all. Other ones, when I run them through there, I can feel it's taking me more force to get them through the die. So it's a way to get them all a uniform diameter. Because if they're too big, what will happen is you'll load cartridges with them, but then you'll have problems with them chambering when you're done. So I like to just make sure they're sized at 0.452, just like full metal jacket bullets are sized at 0.451. These are sized at, cast lead bullets are usually sized at 0.452. So now that I've run them all through the bullet sizing die, I'm just going to check a few of them, spot check them to see what they're miking out at. That's 0.452. .452, .452. So running them through that sizing die took them from .455 down to .452, which is where I want them. Okay, so just to summarize, here's 3 of the bullets coated with Lee Alox, the original coating. Here's what they look like after having the Alox stripped off and powder paint applied and baked in a toaster oven. And here's what they look like loaded into a 45 ACP rounds. I'll take a still picture of it and when I make my video so you can get a better look at them. But I hope that helps explain the process.